God, who would be like maybe the best D tackle that you faced, or maybe somebody that we're not talking about enough. I'm just thinking of like having Olin Kreutz on
Chris
here
Jones.
and
Chris
Chris
Jones.
Jones.
Oh
without
yeah,
a doubt.
he's one of the freakier players I've ever played against. Like he wants you to punch him in his chest so the best pass rushers can move their body while their upper body is moving and rotating while their lower body is still moving towards the quarterback. So what he does is he's moving towards you. You punch him. I know, crazy. Punch him. He grabs both your hands with the force of Zeus, lifts you up, moves you to the side, and gets to the quarterback. It is one of the scariest childlike feelings in the world. So yeah. And I will say this, we play unbelievable D tackles, every day at work. I'm not going to be that cliche, but even in our division, it's just like in our conference, unbelievable. Division, unbelievable. We have to play. And not only that, a 7-headed monster. You can't be right against half the Ravens fronts because they're so good. They're coached well. They're good players. They're led well, but by both the linebackers. They have unbelievable talent up front. It sucks. We have to play them twice a year, and most guys don't even get to play them a year. But then again, I think like this past year, I played Aaron Donald. Thank God he retired. He was one of the strongest men I've ever blocked. He literally grabbed me with like 2 fingers and a thumb on my jersey, and I might have been, I don't know, not super heavy, maybe 310, 315. Picks me up and moves me, and I'm just
With three fingers.
I don't even think he had a whole hand on me. He just moved 2 fingers, and I was like, God, this guy is crazy. And he's so fast. I mean, then again, that man literally, his trainer throws knives at him. And I don't care if it's, trained or planned or anything like that. Like, it's life or death to him, But yeah, no, he's crazy good. And so I know that other guys go against really good D tackles all the time too. I don't know if there's a lot of bad D tackles in the league, but it's just like, I always say this when people talk about the speed from college to NFL. It's just like, when in college you go against, 3 to 4 really, really dynamic, talented difference makers. In ACC, I know, SEC, lots of talent, but, ACC had lots of talent. I'd go against good guys who are still playing in the league, Clemson. But it wasn't until every single one of them are still playing. But with like the NFL, you're going against 3 or 4 guys at left D tackle that are just crazy freaking talented, that are just as good as the next one, just haven't gelled their pass rush moves. Very rarely do you go against a no talent guy because you wouldn't be playing in the league. It's the best of the best of the best of the best.
Man, so perfectly said, Wyatt. Because what I was going to say is asking Olin Kreutz that, he played in a different time. He brings up Ted Washington, right? And you think of Ted Washington, he's like 400 pounds, and he thinks that he should be in the Hall of Fame, because he didn't have the numbers. He's not rushing the passer, but he would just clog up 2-3 bodies at a time. But think about how
the guys, good luck.
Right. But the aesthetic of the D tackle has changed. Like the Gilbert Browns and the Ted Washingtons have now become the Chris Joneses and the Aaron Donalds, and can just flat out embarrass you in front of a national audience at any moment. Like that could be a terrifying existence for you or anybody trying to block them.
And like I said, they have to be right 1 or 2 times. Now in a game, we're talking about winning reps. Not every rep they win is a pass protecting, is a deep drought, but if they get right 3 or 4 or 5 times, maybe it's on a pass play where they really beat you. And if you do that consistently, you're out. And it's very different. So we're less athletic, not all of us, maybe me, less athletic, I know that there's some really strong offensive linemen, but defensive linemen 3 techs, they're crazy powerful. And that's just by design. You want to close that edge, and guards are usually pretty strong, but I still believe that, if a D tackle really wants to train, D tackle's going to be stronger. For example, I just saw some kid at Virginia Tech, shameless plug, squat 700 pounds for like 10 or something like that. Maybe 600 for 10. I don't know. Ridiculous. For 10 reps. I couldn't sniff that. I think my max back squat was 700. See what I mean? So like they have the potential of just being ridiculous. We're slower. We're not as strong. And we have to be right every single time. It fucking sucks, but it's also, I love my job. It's amazing.